Hey everybody, David Nuñez here, and today I want to talk to you about a tool that is very effective in building your network marketing business. But I truly believe that a lot of people don't use it enough, and some people don't use it correctly. And that tool is called the three-way call or the three-way validation. And basically, what that is designed to do, that is designed to give credibility and validation to your business because it is estimated that there's about 70 million people that partake in some sort of network marketing company. But yet, if you apply that to the world's population, that's still less than 1% of the world's population out there. So there's still a lot of people out there, 99% of people out there that aren't part of a company like we are, and they have no clue how this business works. And one thing that I do get asked a lot, even to this day, almost 10 years later, and I chuckle every time I get asked this question because it makes me think what's going on through their mind. Because one question I get asked is, do you get paid money? I don't know if people think that I do this for free or if people think that I get paid, I don't know, in products or in electricity or something. But yes, we do get paid money in this business. And we do have something called, what I like to call, the skills that pay the bills. If you learn these simple skills that help you build your business, you will be very successful and you will be able to get paid tons of money in this opportunity. So basically what the three-way call is designed to do is, like I mentioned earlier, designed to build credibility and validate your opportunity that it's real. And we also have tools that you use for validation. We have the Success from Home magazine. This one was from 2017. This one was from 2018. All right, these tools are very valuable because there's an old saying that I heard a long time ago before I got started in this opportunity called facts tell, stories sell. So what a lot of people really want to know is, they want to know the stories of people that have changed their lives because that's what's going to inspire them to be able to take their lives to another level. That's what's going to inspire them to get started to begin with. So it's very important that we use this three-way call and we use it properly. So just a few rules when you're using the three-way call. Number one, you have to set it up in advance. You have to make sure that your leader, your credibility accountability partner is going to be available to take your call. Okay, so let's just say today's Friday. Let's just say tomorrow you're showing the business to somebody at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You call your upline leaders, your mentors, and you let them know, hey, I'm going to be showing the business tomorrow Saturday at 3 p.m. Can you be available at about 3:15, 3:20 to take my call for a validation call? Once you get the okay that they'll be available, then you proceed and go out and you meet with your prospect, you show them the business, and I'm going to show you in a little bit how you're going to do that to be able to be more effective in doing the three-way call. So you want to make sure that you set it up in advance. Okay, today is Friday, and if you're going to show the business later on, it's right now it's 12 noon. If you're going to show the business to somebody at 2 o'clock, make sure you let your upline leader know, hey, can you be available at about 2:15, 2:20 to take my call because I'm going to be sharing the opportunity with somebody. You don't want to ever call your leader right then and there, at 2 o'clock when you're just showing the video because they may be busy. They may be doing other things. They may be even showing the plan themselves. So they might not be able to take your call. So you want to make sure that you set that appointment in advance. Another rule of thumb is that when you do introduce your business partner to your prospect, you want to make sure that you edify your prospect, your business partner, and you want to make sure that you call them your business partner. Notice how I mentioned business partner and not your upline, because upline is a terminology that we use in network marketing, meaning the people that are above you that that started the business before you, right, directly up in your line, right, and then there's a downline. But you want to make sure that you call them your business partner, not your upline, and that's going to go a long way because they're going to feel more united when you're talking to people about the opportunity, and they're going to see that this truly is a family and this is not a job. This is not something for them to get started and we're going to be bosses and treat them like if they were employees. We're all business partners in this business. So you want to make sure, set up in advance. You want to make sure you build up your partner, your the upline leader, your business partner. You want to make sure you build them up with credibility, and you want to make sure that you always, you speak highly of them, and you want to make sure that you call them your business partner, not your upline. All right. So once you're doing that, you meet with your person, you show them that short 6-minute video or 8-minute video, whichever one you prefer to use. And as soon as the video is over, you say, hey, did that make sense to you? And look at them. Did that make sense to you? Yes. Does that mean are you ready to get started? And just ask them, are you ready to get started? Because keep in mind, you told them about an opportunity to make money and they met with you. So that kind of already shows that they're interested in this business. So don't be afraid of asking them, hey, are you ready to get started? Because you'll be surprised. Sometimes there'll be people that'll say, yes, where do I pay the money? Or what do I need to do to get started in this opportunity? And in that case, once they do that, you get them, you get them enrolled, you show them how to do the certification, and then, we move on there for the rest of the system. And that's a whole other video within itself. But if they say anything like, you know what, no, I don't want to be part of this business, leave me alone, and it's a definite no, then ask them, would it be okay if I can help you save some money on your energy bill, right? Because you're not trying to convince anybody, but if it's a definite no, ask them, would it be okay if I can help you save some money on your energy bill? And then maybe you can enroll them as a customer, okay? But more often than not, about 80% of the time, you're going to get people that say maybe. And the maybes are going to be described as, I need to speak to my spouse. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. Network marketing doesn't work. And whenever that happens, it's very important that you move them to the 3-way call. So if somebody tells me I don't have the time, one thing that I like to use is, or say is, I understand you don't have the time. That's exactly why I wanted to show you this business. Wouldn't it be a good idea for you to be able to have more time than less time? And then, you kind of have to paint that picture for them. And then you say, you know what, let me introduce you to a good friend of mine. As a matter of fact, he's featured in Success from Home 2017. This is him right here. His name is David Nuñez. When he got started in this business almost 10 years ago, or you can say 10 years ago by that point, when he got started in this business, he got started because, he was working a lot of hours. He was a single dad struggling, and he wanted to be able to make ends meet and be able to buy diapers and formula for his son. And now he started his business, and it's already been over 5 years since he had a job, and both him and his wife are both stay-at-home parents, and they have 5 children together, and they were able to purchase a brand new house thanks to this opportunity. So you should definitely hear his story. Let me see if he's available. And you give me a call. By that point, I had already mentioned to you that I was going to be available. So you just go ahead and give me a call and say, hey, David, I'm here with my friend Mike. Mike just took a look at the opportunity, and he's a little concerned. He mentioned that he doesn't have the time to build this business. And I already told him about your story, and I would really like for you to just maybe share some experiences and maybe answer any questions that the video left unanswered, right? So once you say, and then you say, David, this is my friend Mike. Mike and I go way back. I've known him since high school. We played football together, and just say a little bit about your prospect and build each other up. And then, Mike, this is David. David, this is Mike. And then hand over the phone to Mike. And then at that point, I'll go ahead and talk to him. I'll share a little bit about my story, why I got started in the business, because you shared just a little tidbit. I'll share just a little bit more, maybe about another 60 seconds worth of information as to why I got started. And then I'll ask them questions that are going to get an answer, that are going to get a result. Because what we basically want is we want a decision, right? So I'm going to ask them some questions that are going to help them make a decision to be able to see if this is going to be a right fit for him or not. And you'd be surprised how many times people have told their prospects no, or I don't think I can do it. And then all of a sudden they get on a 3-way call, whether it be with me or with any other leader. And then all of a sudden that no turns into a yes, because now they just didn't hear it from you. They heard it from somebody else. And it just makes them feel very, very, secure. Like, for example, when my wife was working, she was working for Sprint. And I remember she shared a story with me one time that this lady, showed up. She wanted to buy a phone. She had the money. She loved the phone. She's been wanting that phone for such a long time. So she gets there and tells her that, I've been wanting this phone for such a long time. I have the money. I can get it, but I need to make a quick call. So she calls her sister and says, "Hey, I'm here at Sprint. Do you think it's a good idea for me to buy it?" Even though she wanted it, she in her mind needed it, and she had the money for it, she still wanted that third party validation to say, yes, go ahead and buy it. She still wanted somebody to say, yes, go ahead. And sometimes that's what the three-way call does. Whenever they talk to somebody else, they say, wow, you know what? I know, Susan, you've been in the business for just a short period of time, but this guy, David's been in the business for a decade now. He's been in the business for 10 years, and he shared with me his story, and he's going to be available to help me just like he's helping you. I'm in. I'm in. Let's get started. Because that's the whole purpose of the three-way call, to just encourage somebody else to make that decision to get started in your business. Because bottom line, what we are looking for is we are looking for decisions to get started. Because one thing, I don't care about hearing no. I don't mind hearing the word no. But one thing that drives me crazy is when I hear, I'll think about it, or I'll see. Because usually when they say I'll think about it, they never really do think about it. Or when they say I'll see if I'll get started, they never do. They fall under victims of paralysis by analysis. So they just analyze the situation, and before you know it, life gets in the way, life says boo, and they don't get started in your business. So that's why it's important that you do the three-way call. You use these magazines, and not just my stories in there. There are tons of other people's stories in there that you can read. And I want to encourage you to read the stories. Read one story a night before going to bed, and you'll be able to read several stories in your first month. You'll be able to read 30 stories in your first month, and now you'll be able to know a little bit about those individuals, a little bit about those leaders, and you can be able to say, hey, you know what? I know you're a school teacher, so-and-so was a school teacher. I know you were a firefighter, so-and-so was a firefighter. I know you're a police officer, national consultant Tim Ollinger was a police officer. You're able to connect people. Firefighters, we have Kurt Coran. Teachers, we have Adriana Adams. There's different people here inside the magazine that have some sort of profession that your prospects have. So if you focus on putting more people in front of the opportunity and using the three-way call with the Success from Home magazine, you are going to have a lot more success in having people say yes to you instead of I'll think about it. So hopefully this video was of value. Thank you so much for taking time to take a look, and let's have a great 2020.